that I've ever seen. And here we see the warp gate technology being used by Response. Again, a beautiful use of gateways. I mean, I love that. First Colossus out as well. Looks like a couple of Void Rays coming out. That's because he's got an observer, and he sees, I should have pointed this out a little earlier, but I was busy blabbering on about uselessness. It looks like he's going to see that there's a couple of starports, and he's making Banshees. And he could probably expect that this is coming because Banshees are becoming more and more popular these days. You saw it in the game between Faith and Hydra, how useful they are against Protoss ground units, especially against the Colossus. Yeah, there it is. There's the Colossus right there. Again, like the coolest freaking unit in the game. Look at that. It's just badass. I don't know if I can pan around and show it better. Yes! Look at that! I love the Colossus. Alright, anyway, it looks like Response is now up and running on that third base, getting a couple of more gases up. Davyie, in the meantime, also setting up his third base and a couple of refineries. If we were to look at the unit count right now, or the units built, we can see exactly the compositions that we got going here. Primarily Marauder Marine right now, with a couple of Banshees being thrown in, so that's the basic unit composition that we're going to be seeing from Davyie. Whereas Immortal, Void Ray, Colossus, Stalker, Sentry, a little bit of everything coming from Response over here in the blue. And now I almost missed it. I just caught it. Sorry. It looks like the Banshees were trying to get they did get a couple kills. Oh, you guys missed 5 kills of probes. I could rewind, but it's not worth it. But the Void Ray is able to chase them off for Response because if you don't know, Banshees cannot attack air. They can only attack ground. And that means, well, they are pretty helpless against Void Rays, and Void Rays will take them out fairly quickly, especially because there's a couple of them. Right now, we see upgrades being... This is great. I don't have to look at every stupid building that Davyie makes, that he has. Like, I'd have to check the eBay. Oh! Is he making something? Well, why, yes, he is, when it tells me right here. He's upgrading weapons level 1. That is awesome. So, yeah, I'm still fascinated by these observer tools. It's ridiculous. A couple of Vikings out at this point for Davyie. Viking is like the wannabe Goliath of sorts, where it can land and attack ground or fly and attack air. Interesting thing about Colossus, by the way, they count as both land and air. Isn't that ridiculous? It's absurd. So even though Valkyries, I'm probably going to make that confusing like 1,000 times in this game. Even though Vikings can only attack ground when on the ground or air when in the air, they can attack Colossus at both times. Another lame-ass comsat going down. Sparkly. Come on, Starcraft 2 designers. You couldn't think of... I'd rather the pixie dust from Starcraft 1 than this garb. What is that? So, extended thermal lance upgrade going down for... these Colossi. Basically what that means is extended range. And once they get that upgrade, they are ridiculous. I mean, they're just absurd. In the meantime, Davyie going for the economic game. By the way, this is like the longest StarCraft 2 game I've ever commentated. It looks like Davyie is moving out right now. He's got, I can't count how many... Oh, wait, I can. He's got, I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 24... He's got 28 units moving out right now of Marauders and like 1 Marine. No. 6 or 7 Marines. And it looks like he's going to try to take out this expansion going out from Response. Response sees it coming. He's got some Immortals in the way to try to protect this. But that's not enough. Not against these mass Marauders right here. They're going to go down very quickly. He's not going to be able to defend that. At the same time, Davyie coming around the back. But Response is ready for that. These Vikings and Banshees not going to do much of anything. The Vikings looking to take out the Void Rays. But with the Stalkers underneath, not going to help. Looks like the Marauders in the meantime going to be able to take out that Nexus, and at the same time he's continuing to harass the second expansion of Response. Brilliant job by Davyie. I mean, really, he's a game designer, but he's a good player. I mean, look at this. He's got some good tactics. Colossus finally coming over to try to clean this up, especially now that I think they have their upgrade. They do. And that's going to help. Stim going off for these Marauders. Marauders going to be cleaned up, though, by this unit composition here. Oh, but Banshee's coming in, able to attack the Colossus. One of them going down. The Voider is not able to take them all out. They're trying to focus on the wrong units. Wait, but the Vikings able to also attack them because, once again, they are both ground and air units. Ridiculous, I know, but it is... What is up in StarCraft 2? Void Rays concentrating on these Vikings, Banshees and Vikings, but unable to take them down before significant damage. But in the meantime, it looks like Response has decided, hey, if I'm going to lose him anyway, try to do some damage. I'm really close to the base. He's going in. These are going to get cleaned up real quick by Davyie. And if we were to look at the units lost here, we can see that Response has lost quite a few expensive units. There's Colossus in there. There's Stalkers. There's a Sentry, I think. There's a whole bunch of crap that he didn't want to lose. And now he's definitely a little bit behind. Back to the resource tab, we'll see that, man, Response is way ahead, though, because Davyie, I don't know why. He should be not that behind. It looks like, oh, I caught it just in time. He is going Mass Mules. This is genius right here. Look at this. Mass Mules on the high-yield minerals. These orange mineral fields are high-yield, and that means that he will get more per every single pullback. I don't know, every single time that an SCV mines, he'll get a lot more from it. And by spamming 4 mules, he's going to get even more. That means that this high yield is basically super high yield. And there we see the SCV bug. This is very common these days. Of if you don't, I don't know what happens, but if you don't click it perfectly, they don't mine. It's ridiculous. It happens in splits. Look at this, 9 mules, 10 mules out in the high yield. Ridiculous. That's going to bump up this guy's income. Oh, I was in the resource tab. That's why that was like that. I was trying to figure out why it looked like Davies was behind. Look at this. Oh, that's ridiculous. That's purely because of all the mules in the high yield. I mean, they're just pulling so many resources back. But here's the deal with Starcraft 2. Minerals, not that hard to come by. As Response tries to get up his 4th base again after losing it, by the way. Gas, on the other hand, ridiculously hard to come by. I mean, you only get 5 at a time. Once they're depleted, you don't get any more gas from them. It's not like StarCraft 1 in that respect. Oh, the mothership is out, by the way. The new mothership, if you wanted to see what it can do. Mass recall, new vortex that costs more. It's the same vortex, it just costs more. And cloaking field. All right, well, that's standard. So, obviously, the mothership was reworked. It took out the wormhole ability where it could teleport to any friendly unit, building. I mean, not unit. And, hold on, I need some coffee. I got some Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I had to go fax out my employment paperwork, so I got some coffee. I love Dunkin' Donuts coffee so much. I hate Starbucks. I'm pretty sure that every Starbucks has like a oil change place in the backyard of it where they take the used oil from the cars, and they just stick it in their coffee machines instead of water, because that's what it tastes like. Disgusting. Anyway, it looks like Davyie's going to continue going the mass barracks route, as he's got, if I could count properly, it looks like he's got 8 barracks now at this point. And remember, these tech labs allow, that's a bed. I don't know if it's not rallied. It looks like it's rallied, but they're stuck for some reason. Anyway, with that tech lab, that means I just could basically be going mass marauders this entire time. 5th base now up for Davyie, Davyie. And Response now only got his 4th base back up and running. He's almost mined out at his main. Looks like Davyie also almost mined out at his main, but he does still have some patches, whereas Response has got 2 that are about to go down to 1. Let's watch it. Let's watch it disappear. 15, 10. Oh, wait, there's a big battle. What am I doing? I'm ruining everything. And Mothership in the fray here. You can see that he's using Vortex. Look at that shit get sucked in. Oh, sorry for the cursing. Basically what Vortex does is it's like a super stasis that doesn't last quite as long, and things get sucked in. Now, the thing to think about is, while it splits up your army, right, and you lose part of your army, if the Protoss player doesn't have Storm or some sort of splash damaging unit, which he does, he's got 8 Colossus or 2, you know, it almost benefits you, depending on your unit composition, to just throw all your units into the Vortex if you lost some of them. Now, that's not always the case, but on occasion, it certainly is. And now, wow, Response, look at this, cleaning David Kim up. He's taking a lot of shots on his units, but it just doesn't matter. That mothership doing its job, doing quite a bit of damage, using its abilities to the fullest. And now Response in a great position here, going to push in on David Kim. I did not see that coming. It looks like David Kim must have lost quite a few. Yes, David Kim has lost a lot of units at this point. Look at that Thermal Lance upgrade, putting the Colossus so far behind the front line. There's your lame-ass scan going down again, and now David Kim is in some trouble. He's got to try to collect his forces, and but that mothership is in trouble. It is getting low. Look at this. Why are they not attacking? Why is that out of range? Wow, Turks have no range in StarCraft 2, apparently. Anyway, but look, oh man, David Kim is losing his expansion here. I don't think he can hold this regardless. It looks like he's trying. He knows he's got to build up a good force, a bigger force than he currently has. In the meantime,